Welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show. Heard Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern on PSAcard.com and the PSA Facebook page. The Great American Collectibles Show is brought to you by PSA and the National Sports Collectors Convention. Tonight's headlines are brought to you by Sports Collectors Daily. For all of your hobby news, features, and more, visit sportscollectorsdaily.com. And now, your hosts, Tom Zappola and Rico Petroselli.
But I'm going to tell you why that happened, Louis.
Why?
Because
I know why it happened.
No, it was him, not me. I swear to God. Because we would go, we would do the remote in Florida at that sports bar, and I would have one drink. But he would come in and order a double. You always you're full of crap.
Hey, man,
You ordered a double Jack.
What hour was it?
Before the show started.
No, but what hour? You know what I mean?
Rico, you know the axiom about he who doth protest too much? That's Tommy 24/7.
So
He's been protesting.
So are you honestly
and
not believing me? It was happy hour, and
he forced you to have extra drinks.
No. I didn't say that. What I said was I would have one, he would have two. Then after his two, he would order one more, and then I would order one.
No, that's baloney.
That is not baloney.
Don't believe.
Not baloney. He would have a double Jack.
I'm trying to figure out the difference that makes.
No. It's first of all.
What difference does it make how much Rico drinks?
Yeah, right.
Because I have to.
You're the host.
Keep him company.
But anyway,
what's wrong with you? You would do the same
you have
thing.
To keep your wife company.
I'm not saying I don't have a drink.
But
I'm saying I didn't have three.
I'm
Go
not
ahead.
bragging about how few drinks I have.
Although the night of the Jimmy Fund, you made me very proud.
What?
I tried to. I sent you a martini. I said we
didn't have it.
He says not until we're on the air.
If I had drank that night, it wouldn't have worked. It never would have happened. It never would have happened.
Did you drink during the show?
I did not.
No, he doesn't.
You didn't have one martini while we were on the air?
Nope.
Really?
I went back to Two Drunken Goats and
then
drank on the way
into
home.
oblivion.
Drank on the way home. Yeah.
No, we don't drink before these shows. Believe me. He's got coffee, and I got nothing.
Okay.
All right, listen.
I'm going to roll video on some of the Florida shows.
John Toby's in the house, but before we speak to John, we are going. This is our headline for the evening. Ex-broadcaster Ted Patterson, huge collection.
Part
of our friend Love of the Game summer auction. Ted Patterson had a long career as a sports broadcaster in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. Even more impressive is the treasure trove of memorabilia he has accumulated through the years. I've got a museum in my house, he said. Beginning in 2001, Patterson enjoyed displaying his vast collection of sports memorabilia. His 4-bedroom home in Baltimore was filled with sports cards, photographs, autographs, vintage advertising, display pieces, game-worn jerseys, scorecards, caps, scorecards, press pins, and much more. You name it, and he probably has.
Scorecard caps and
257,
scorecards?
38, snub nose.
Patterson, who turned 75 on July 6th, has consigned his entire collection to our good friend Al Crisafulli and Love of the Game Auctions. CEO Al said 100 lots will be part of his company's summer auction that will begin in late July, and owner Al said there is enough material to sell deep into 2020. For hobby news, features, and much more, visit sportscollectorsdaily.com. And I'm going to give Tom and Ellen a plug. First time ever, I submitted something to an auction that I gave to Al.
Yeah.
That I had that I bought, and I've had it there. And in that same auction, he's auctioning off. I gave him 5 Type 1 Jackie Robinson photographs authenticated by PSA that were taken by some friend of mine's grandfather who worked for the New York Daily News.
Okay. And what happened?
That's it. I haven't.
I can't hear out of my. I hear you not through my phones.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Wait a minute.
Can you hear me now?
No.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, that's too loud.
Lou,
you guys are only sitting there 20 minutes before the show started.
You're getting paid big money for this. You should
have
this.
I'm getting paid to do a 60-minute audio stream on Darkcast on the PSA page. That's what I'm getting paid to do.
I didn't even think of that.
Is it okay?
The rest of this is just all added value.
Now I know where it is. Time out. Let me get this. Let me get it.
Can what the hell is wrong with you?
My ears, man.
You know what the button is.
Now I know. All right. So what happened?
That's it. He's auctioning it off.
So you guys sat there for 20 minutes. You had a conversation with John before the air, and you guys are just getting around to setting your headset volumes.
Johnny, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, John, first of all, pay no attention to Rico because he's in that, what do they call it when you get senile at like this, when it comes dark? You know, like at night? What do they call that?
Sunsetting.
Sunsetting.
Yeah.
Rico's got sunsetting
Don't
tonight.
believe that. I'll deal the cards.
All right, so listen, before we talk to our good friend John Toby, who, by the way, bailed our a-holes out tonight.
Hey.
I'm sorry, anuses out tonight. Tracy Hackler was supposed to be on the air with us tonight from Panini, and Tracy called me at
Was
the...
it gummies today? Or was it...
No, nothing.
Was it cookies?
Nothing.
What was it?
Tracy called me at the 11th hour, and he had to catch a plane to China for Panini. So, I called John at the last minute, and I said, John, can you jump in? And, man, he is here, as always. John, thank you so much.
You fell for the old China thing.
No, he did. Tracy's a good
guy.
My pleasure, guys. Always fun.
John.
All right,
Yeah,
so
hold on to that thought.
No more trivia questions,
I
huh?
got my trivia question tonight.
I thought he didn't have.
And by the way, Rundell, we haven't mailed out your thing yet. My secretary just kind of crapped out, but it's going to go in the mail tomorrow. All right. Before we talk to our good friend, Mr. Toby.
Poor John, he's going to be there for
he's here for the whole duration.
I know, but still.
All right, here's our trivia question, and this is our last Panini Contenders 2019 draft picks. 18 collegiate football cards right in this pack. Who's the first draft pick?
The kid
we know?
from Oklahoma.
Yeah,
His signature may be in here.
maybe.
Maybe it's not either.
Then again, it may not.
Right. So that's the chance you take. That's what's exciting
Somebody
about
else's
that.
signature may
That's
be in here.
exciting about that. I love the unopened packages.
Red Grange's signature could be in here. Most likely
Guessing
not.
not. Yeah.
Red Grange.
Right? Red Grange.
Who's he?
He was a football player. All right, here's my trivia question. This is great. And this should not take
Even
a lot
if I
of
do
thought.
say so myself.
This should not take a lot of thought.
We hope so. Oh, okay. I thought you said a lot of time.
You ready for this?
Yep.
Yes.
Because not a lot of thought went into it.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
I thought about this at 4
my
o'clock
God.
tonight.
Yeah.
Believe it.
And I had this written down at 4:01.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the question. It's a two-part answer.
Two-part answer.
I was known as Happy Jack.
Happy Jack.
What's my name? But what was my big Major League Baseball accomplishment? If you don't answer both questions, you're out. I was known as Happy Jack.
Jack
What is my
Hamilton.
name? Jack Hamilton.
Jack
He was
Jack
Sad
Daniels.
Jack. He was Sad Jack. I was known as Happy Jack. What is my name and what was my MLB accomplishment? If you have to answer both parts of the
Jack
question.
Daniels.
If you give me his name,
that your
I'm not
bourbon,
even
Rico?
I'm not even going to. Oh Jesus! Excuse me. Jay. See, this is
got
why.
it?
This is
I
why.
got it.
No, it's too late. Jay Gothrow already answered it because this is why Jay and Rondell, of all of our viewers and listeners, they are by far the two smartest. And Jay, I'm going to tell you right now, kudos to Jay because I love Jay's Happy Chandler, Thomas Lane. Come on, Jay. I go on his Facebook page, and his post and his knowledge is phenomenal.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Jay, we're going to have you on the show some night because your wealth. Your knowledge of is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The correct answer is Happy Jack was Jack Chesbrough, Hall of Famer from the T206 collection,
Yep.
and his claim to fame was that he won 41 games as a pitcher. Jay, congrats.
But
Obviously,
Jay should, the guys who win shouldn't be able to win again next week.
Jay wins. No, he didn't win last week. He won about 3 weeks ago.
a second time.
All right, Jay, you're out next week. Mark Lutz, good guess. Jack Chesbrough, 46 wins. You're out. So congratulations to Jay.
All right, I want to ask John.
Let's get to our friend John Toby.
John, about Eckersley.
No, John, here's the deal. Before we start talking bats, Rico today, Rico is part of a controversy.
I am
He
not.
really isn't.
No, he is, because
I don't know how you connect
I
it.
know it.
here's how
What are you talking
I'll
about?
tell you how I'll connect it.
All right, let me hear
No, it doesn't connect.
It
what you're
does
about to
connect.
do.
I'm going to tell you how it connects, because 20 years ago, 15 years ago, Dennis Eckersley...
80 years ago.
No. What year was it, Rick?
1941.
No, in the late 90s?
Who?
With you and Eck.
Early, less than that. It was in the
2002, 2003?
no,
All right.
well,
2005.
8, 9 years. It's
Okay, Dennis Eckersley was an alcoholic, and everybody knows that. Dennis went to rehab and all that stuff, and he was a real jerk prior to him getting into rehab. And Rico, I'm not going to get into the details, but on WEEI, which is one of the largest, biggest sports talk radio shows in the country, Rico got into a jam with him, and Rico challenged him to a fight in the parking lot. You did.
You know, I can't believe this.
What did you do?
No, he's telling me.
He's telling you how the story was.
Yeah.
What did he do? You tell me.
What did I do? I said,
you
come
tell
on.
me.
He defended Dick Raddatz.
Right.
Dick Raddatz told Eckersley that he didn't think a relief pitcher should win the MVP.
Absolutely.
Eckersley was drunk.
Right.
Called the show and went after Dick Raddatz, and that got Rico upset.
And what did Rico say to him?
I said, come on down here. After a while, he kept shabbering. I said, Eck, come down here.
To talk on the air.
No,
Then
you
he
said in the parking lot.
No,
I
he
didn't.
never
My
said the
parking
parking
lot.
lot.
There's no parking lot there. Anyway,
Totally
so I
unrelated
said,
to what
come on
happened
down,
today.
because, I mean, if you're going to rip the guy,
No, I'll tell you how it's related.
So,
me tell you-
I don't know how this is
Let me tell you how it's related.
It's related because the two guys are still alive?
No, because Dennis Eckersley, you moron, Dennis Eckersley, the switch went on. And Dennis Eckersley, right after that,
Oh, no, it had nothing to do with that. Oh, come on.
went into rehab, and he's really, over the last 9 years,
he's, terrific.
changed his life.
Yeah, and I've
True or false? You and him, I mean, he's apologized to you, yes or no?
Yeah. I mean, I was just last year.
He apologized to you on several occasions.
He came on the show 2 weeks later with Dick Raddatz. I
Right.
wasn't there. And
Knew
he
that he had an
apologized to
issue.
Dick.
Knew he had an issue.
He knew it was
and
that.
addressed it.
And he was upset, but he was.
Point being is that now, fast forward to today or the last couple of years, and
Yeah.
he has really taken the high road.
Well, he's a broadcaster. He does the commentary on Red Sox.
David Price, on a couple of occasions, has gone after Dennis Eckersley
For something he said.
and it was just a color commentate thing that he made.
Right.
Bottom line is, today he got ripped. Dennis Eckersley got ripped again by David Price on something he said 2 years ago. And he made a very kind of a derogatory, because they did a documentary on Dennis, and Price said today, well, do you notice that none of his teammates or his ex-teammates were even on the documentary? That tells you a lot about Dennis Eckersley. And all of Eckersley's ex-teammates have been Facebooking, like Jerry Remy and McGuire. They said, "What, are you kidding me?" Dennis was a great teammate.
He was a great. He was a great pitcher.
So the bottom line is this: is that as much as I love the Red Sox, and Lou, you can jump in here. David Price is a dink.
Yes, he is.
He's a dink.
Yeah.
And Dennis Eckersley does not deserve.
He's an infant.
He really is.
You know what Eckersley said, you know what ticked him off, right? Eckersley said that so-and-so throws one pitch. What is it? Price.
He was talking about how long he takes to pitch.
Yeah, he takes long.
And other guys.
This guy Stroman throws 3 pitches.
By the time he throws one.
Which, by the way, is the truth.
It is the truth.
Right,
and that pissed off Price. And so David Price, you know something?
Anyway.
Time for you to move on. All right, let's get on to John Toby. So, John, first question I have before we talk about the National. Do you authenticate bats directly for people that own bats, or do they have to go through PSA to get their bats authenticated? And obviously you authenticate them, but can they go directly to you?
Well, you can do it in a number of ways. Submissions can be made to PSA directly, in their offices in Woodbridge, New Jersey, and out in Newport Beach, California. And then they forward them into us. Or they can be submitted at any number of the trade shows the PSA sets up. Or the bats come directly to our office. And the majority of the authentications come that way, directly to us.
To you, okay.
Yep.
So I have a bat. And, you're one of the few that, if I had a bat and you were to authenticate it, do you give a JT Sports COA with the bat yourself?
Oh, no. That's everything that when we do a bat authentication, it's PSA authentication,
Gotcha.
not JT.
Okay, so that was my question. So it doesn't really matter if they go through PSA or directly to you. It's still a PSA authorized COA.
Correct. Yeah, we are contracted with PSA to provide authentication services for game used bats.
Steve Lane, by the way, one of our good listeners. And by the way, Steve, we're going to be talking about some of the great points that you sent to us over the next, maybe even today and next week. One of our listeners who happens to be a deranged Yankee fan wants to know if you can ask John if he's bringing any Mantles Yankee stuff to the National.
Steve Lane. Funny, I got the email from him today.
Really?
Yep, great Yankee collector. Last year at the National, Steve made a big purchase with us. Bought a Mickey Mantle glove.
Nice. Steve, I hope you burned it.
See...
a great piece, autographed by Mantle.
Yeah.
Just and I know he's a big Yankee collector.
John,
hold on. Are you bringing any to the? Are you going to bring any bats to the?
That's a secret. No, that's
right.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
No, I gotta scold you because
I didn't know that.
You're a collector. You're a baseball person. It doesn't matter if it's the Yankees or not. That's a collector who likes. You got Red Sox guys who collect the Red Sox. Kansas City guys who kill. I mean, you're killing this.
I don't.
You're killing this industry.
I don't buy it. I do not buy that for one iota.
You're killing it.
Ahead.
John, I gotta just say, I just read an article. You're familiar with.
You read?
Yep.
You're familiar.
John, let me ask you on this discussion. What percentage of the industry are collecting Yankee stuff?
John,
Sorry, Rico.
John.
You let him off the hook, so I had to pick you up.
Thank you, Louis.
What percentage? I can tell you that they're right. I'm on the East Coast here. You guys are, up in the Boston area. There are a lot of Yankees.
That's the East Coast too, also, John. You do realize that.
Yeah, I understand that. It is the East Coast. But there are a tremendous amount of Yankee collectors.
Are you people? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you people?
Because the Yankees to baseball are what the Patriots are to the NFL.
What about the
Celtics? You don't have to like them when they play the Red Sox.
No, I'm kidding. The Yankees are great team.
But John, I was this article.
The other great thing about the Yankees, as far as dealers are concerned, Yankee collectors love their memorabilia.
Really?
Oh yeah, and
hold on.
As far as the price points. Yankee, collectibles, the Mantles, the Roosts, the Gehrigs, everything seems to be, at a price level, and there are a lot of Yankee fans that collect that material.
All right, so I'm going to throw this out to Yankee fans.
Hold on, I want to hear Rico. Rico, I was just backing you up. You started down the road, and I was just pulling it off.
No, I don't know. I forgot it now.
All right, so for you Yankee fans, Rico has. We have talked about this before, but Rico has in his possession Joe Pepitone's wig. When he got into the brawl with him, it's in his case at his house, his toupee.
It's alive.
If anybody is interested in purchasing Joe Pepitone's toupee, the first one, Rico has it. Rico has it.
Yeah, right. That's sure.
Email Rico.
John, it has to do with Bell.
What?
Bell.
Albert Bell?
Albert Bell in Cleveland.
Okay.
Cleveland,
yeah.
When he was asked, the opposition manager asked him, the umpire, to check his bat out, and then they took his bat. They were going to check it out the next day, I guess X-ray it, and they thought he had,
it was corked.
Yeah, corks and the little balls corked.
I thought he got corked.
No, but the story was that,
I love this story.
When the pitcher from Cleveland, what's his name? He was a left-handed pitcher. Jeez. Anyway, they made a plan to steal the bat.
Oh, through the ceiling, right? That's right.
Through the ceiling, and it talked about all the obstacles that were in his way. There was another guy with him.
Did they get the
helping
bat?
him? No, he had the bat with him, right?
I remember that.
He takes the bat. He goes down and takes the bat, Bell's bat, and gets it, goes back up, and goes back to the clubhouse. So what do you think he leaves? What do you think he leaves there?
What?
A Bell bat?
No,
a teammate's.
Did he really? Did he really?
Paul Sorrento, the kid from Peabody.
Jesus.
Can you believe that? How stupid. Anyway, and they said they couldn't take another Bell's bat because they were all corked.
Have you ever had a corked Bell's bat, John?
Never.
Really?
I have two in the office right now. They're fine.
Really?
I don't know why he needed it.
That guy was a hell of a hitter.
Strong,
He was
boy.
a hell of a
He was
hitter.
juicing.
He was not.
He was
You
juicing.
should
Another
see
guy
him. This guy's
juicing. No, I'm
built
kidding.
like
He was a
everyone
good,
was juicing.
He was a good hitter.
You got to accept.
He was a
this.
beast.
Everyone was juicing.
He was a beast. All right, so
Anyway, that's
so you never had an Albert Bell cork bat, which is kind of surprising because I know there were quite a few out there, right, Rico?
well. I don't know how many they confiscated or what he gave up. I don't know. So who knows? It would be interesting to see.
Big bat. I mean, 36 inches, 36 ounces.
Oh
big
yeah.
bat.
Oh, he's a big, strong guy. He was a heck of a hitter.
Yeah.
John,
Anyway.
you purchase bats directly from collectors also, correct?
Yes, we do.
So, from a private collector,
I just got a letter from a private collector. That's it.
what do you mean you got a letter?
I got a letter from a guy today. Said, if you if you have anything you want to sell, please get in touch with me. And he was
I'm working on one of your bats right now, Rico.
You are?
Is that the one with the hole in it?
I'm trying to grab it, bring it to
Corks.
the National.
Uh-oh.
So why don't you throw John a bat? You got about 20 of them.
I don't have. What are you talking about? I got one bat.
You have one bat at your house.
I got 4 sons and 1 bat. So you figure it out. What are they going to saw it?
What the hell did you do with all your bats?
I got the All-Star and the World Series bats. That's all. And you know what? Where were we? I was at the show with Vic Show, card show.
Oh, yeah, Vic Andreoli.
And a guy, one of the guys came in with a game-used bat, my game-used bat. It had pine tar on it.
Are you kidding
And it
me?
was a U1.
Why
the
did you
bat
buy
I
it?
used. Oh, he wasn't selling it.
Would you have bought
What
it?
do I want to buy it for?
I would have bought it and auctioned it off.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, John, I'm sorry to have interrupted you.
So you have one Rico bat. So at least that's a plus.
Yeah, right,
That's
sure.
a plus. I mean, what the hell? That Duke Snyder bat I saw on your website, John. How did you get your hands on that bad boy?
Yeah, well, that came, came from a collector that is not far from here, and rare bat.
Man.
Yeah, that's a Met Duke Snyder 63 All-Star game. Nice
Jeez.
bat.
What do you think is tougher to get? I know this is maybe a tough question, but you think cards are easier to get than bats, vice versa?
You're talking about high-end stuff.
Yeah, I'm talking about the real good stuff.
Yeah, I definitely think cards would be easier. Sure.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that.
And it's not easy,
Sure.
but it'd be easier. Yeah.
John, before we take a break, what is that one bat, that one elusive bat in the hobby? And now I'm not talking about Black Betsy. I'm just talking about that one player. For some reason, there's not many of his bats out there. Is there one player that has what I call the elusive bat?
That could be Rico.
Good point.
Apparently, there's only one of them.
No.
The elusive bat?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because, one bat that comes to mind that is difficult is Lou Gehrig. There are a few nice examples, but when you start comparing the number of his bats out there to Ruth, I mean it's just a handful in comparison.
Now, what is the reason for that, John? Is it because you have a lot of people that have them, that it's their private collection, or
No, they're not out there. If they were out there, they would have surfaced. I mean, there's as I said, there's a few, but in comparison to to Ruth, there's just a handful. Another tough bat is autograph bats of DiMaggio.
really?
Yeah, Joe did not. There's several of his bats available, but very, very few are autographed.
Yeah, he used to go to, him and Williams did trade shows.
Yep.
Trade shows. The shows. Card shows. And they would not sign bats.
Yeah,
Would
Ted
not
too.
sign
Yeah,
bats.
Ted Williams. I mean,
For what, no, for what reason? Rick?
They didn't like it. It was tougher to sign, and they were in a hurry. They were,
I think I told you this story before. Again, before we take a break, I know we're running a little against it. I guess I can say his name.
Sure.
You've done business with Brian Siegel, correct?
yes.
Don't sound so thrilled. Brian...
Great guy.
No, he was very good, and I told you this. Brian, last fall, called me up and said, I really need a favor. Yaz is doing. Yaz was only signs once a year now in Burlington, and he said, "I have one of Yaz's Triple Crown bats from '67. Could you please hook me up and get it signed?" So of course, I called Rico, and what was his name? Dick Gordon.
Oh, Dick.
And Rico gave me Dick's wife's name. What's her name? Gloria?
Yeah. It's,
Gloria.
I called Gloria. I said, Gloria, can you help me out? She says, well, the autograph session starts at 11. Get there at 10:30. Ellen and I got there at 10:30 before it opened up. Walked us right in. And Yaz signed it. We chatted for a few minutes, out the door. And so now Brian has a 1967 Triple Crown Yaz signed bat. Does that got some value to it?
Oh, yeah. The Triple Crown seasons are always targeted by collectors.
Really?
Well,
Triple Crown winners and bats that can be related right to the season demand multiples of what they generally sell for.
Just a quick question, because I know we got to go to a break. But what about bats from Trout? I mean, he's a future Hall of Famer. There are a few other guys playing now too that they're going to be Hall of Famers. Their stuff.
Good point.
Why?
Good question.
I mean,
good question.
Don't you think that would be worth something to collectors? I mean, a lot.
There is,
a lot.
No doubt. There is an ample supply of Mike Trout game-used bats on the market.
Oh, okay. So
but like Derek Jeter, there was an ample supply of his material. The bats find homes and fairly quickly. I mean, we'll have
not signed.
A few of his bats, at the National.
Yep.
And they're great looking. He uses the new, the lizard skin tape and pine tar, and they look great, and they're autographed, and they come well documented, so it's a great collectible.
Yeah.
We are chatting with John Taube from JT Sports. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to chat for a couple of minutes with Bobby Livingston from RR Auctions, then get back to our pal, John. Hang in there. We'll be right back.
My name is Davis. Please consider making a donation to the Jimmy Fund and Dana-Farber Cancer Institute and help stamp out cancer in kids. We have all been touched by cancer, but we can win the battle. Please make your donation, and remember, no amount is too small. The Jimmy Fund is the official charity of the Boston Red Sox. Thanks very much.
Hi, I'm Rico Petroselli. I hope you listen to my pal Davis and make a contribution. We want to make children's cancer a thing of the past, and with your help, we can do it. Just go to TomZappalaMedia.com to make your charitable donation.
This is my fight song. Take back my life song.
Since 1996, Brian Drent and the staff at Denver's Mile High Card Company have led the charge in the collectibles hobby. Mile High is a full-service dealer specializing in buying and selling cards and offers a competitive consignment program for all collectors. Whether it be their computerized want list service, appraisals, or auction services, Mile High has it all. If you've been searching for a company with a selection of high-grade vintage 1888 to 1970 baseball cards and memorabilia that shares your passion, aim high, Mile High. Go to milehighcardco.com or call 303-840-2784 for more information.
Mint State is a PSA authorized dealer specializing in high-grade vintage sports and non-sport cards. Established in 2002 and in its 18th year of full-time operation, we utilize an extensive network of sellers, collectors, and other dealers for the millions of dollars in collectibles we sell every year. Mint State has assisted with many of the finest collections ever assembled and offers sellers, such as the owners of the Lucky 7 Find, an attractive consignment package in addition to outright purchase. For more information, please visit mintstateinc.com or contact Rick Snyder by email at mintstate@msn.com or by telephone at 630-365-9790. Happy hunting!
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auction and Collectibles Company. If you're looking to maximize your return on your sports cards and collectibles, look no further. We at Memory Lane Auction House offer you several options to achieve top dollar for your collectibles. Whether you're looking to auction or sell privately, we're the #1 choice with over 17 years in the hobby. Nobody will work harder to achieve your goals. Just call us today at 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE. Or visit us on the web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Go with the best. Go with Memory Lane.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rico Petrocelli, and I'm very excited to talk to you about our new partner, Panini America. Panini America is the world leader in licensed sports and entertainment collectibles, and we're proud to have them as the official trading card of the Great American Collectibles Show. When it comes to modern trading cards of your favorite players, Panini America leads the way in terms of innovation, design, creativity, value, and fun. From landmark brands such as Donruss, Prism, and Contenders to high-end juggernauts like Flawless, National Treasures, and Immaculate, Panini America delivers the hottest trading cards of the biggest names in the NBA, NFL, MLBPA, NASCAR, soccer, and college. When you want to collect the best, collect Panini America. Ask for it at your local hobby shop or at mass retailers like Target and Walmart. And you can always find Panini America online at icollectpanini.com. Panini America. Who do you collect? How would you like to own the bat that was used by your favorite player when he hit that towering home run or game-winning base hit? Now look no further than JT Sports, specializing in the sale and authentication of professional game-used bats. As the official authenticators of professional model game-used bats for PSA DNA, JT Sports will guarantee the authenticity of any bat purchased from them. JT Sports also buys and sells game-worn uniforms, gloves, and baseball equipment. The unique quality of the collectible is what JT Sports is all about. Give them a call at 609-487-8003 or check them out at GameUseBats.com.
Okay, we are back, and before we talk to our pal Bobby Boy Livingston from RR Auctions, Rico.
Yes, sir.
How about our good friends at eBay?
Our good friends at eBay. Yeah, I love talking to our good friends about our good friends at eBay.
Just start talking.
Oh, all right. If you're looking, that's you folks out there, because Tom isn't looking, are you?
No.
I want to. If you're looking for autographed memorabilia, hard to find collectibles from your favorite team, that officially licensed MLB jersey, or that New York Yankees 2019 souvenir AL championship pennant, jump on eBay.
That's correct.
Well, I thought you didn't like them.
I'm selling out.
John, you can find just about anything on eBay.
It's supposed to be Rico.
You're
John is
kidding.
Mallory.
Oh, yeah, very good. Yeah, jeez. You can find just about anything on eBay. If you're on a budget, you can purchase PSA graded cards at very affordable prices, great pieces of memorabilia from your favorite dealers and players, autographs, and much more.
From everything to graded and ungraded T2O, 6 cards, Gaudi's, play ball, 52 tops. There are some amazing, I repeat, amazing deals on eBay. And don't forget, non-sports cards, all kinds of sports collectibles, Zorro, the Monkees, the Beatles, Gilligan's Island, all that monster stuff.
Yeah,
and even
yeah.
tickets to your favorite game, Rico.
Oh, nice. We mean, what kind of game?
Just finish reading.
John, eBay has 162 million users.
Why do you keep saying John?
It says John here. What do I know if you're talking
Jesus,
to somebody
I'm
out
begging
there?
you to take me. I'm
eBay
begging you. Take me.
162 million users and is the biggest and best marketplace in the world. Go, look at this. Go to eBay.com and either make your purchase or get your bid in.
Help me. Go ahead, help me. All right, let's get to our pal.
Go ahead.
Bobby Boy.
Hey.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Bob, all right.
Bob, you all right? You sound a little like
Yeah.
you're not
tired.
Are you depressed or anything?
No, man, it's been a crazy day. Started getting phone calls about this Olympic gold medal.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, that email you sent me blew me away. Let's go right into it, brother. Tell us about it. I mean, that was like unbelievable.
Well, we hold a couple of Olympic gold medal auctions each year. The first time ever we've got a Vancouver 2010 Olympic gold medal from the Winter Olympics, and it's just beautiful. But the guy that consigned it to us, Tom, is the winner of the medal, and he's from Belarus. And he asked us to keep him anonymous, which we did. But there was, he was in a particular event, a freestyle skiing event, and there was only 3 possible people that could have won it. So
yeah, he's lost in the vast array of Belarusian.
No, I was convinced it was Rico's from the figure skating, from the men's figure skating.
Wants to be anonymous.
What happened though? The press tracked down the other 2 winners of the gold medals, and they denied it. It was them. And so the guy got kind of outed by the media today, and they've been calling me. This is a Belarus hero, and so I've been taking phone calls all day about the.
All right,
so it's pretty spectacular.
Can we have the backstory? What do you think he needs the dough for? What does he need the money for? Is like something going on in Belarus that we don't know about?
Rico can tell you never know when people need to sell things, I mean, there's lots of ball players that consign their World Series rings, like and you just don't ask these questions, But I know that it's the first one ever offered. It's museum quality, and I think he wants to get it in the hands of somebody that will cherish it and, display it.
It's funny. It's funny, Bobby, because Rico tried to sell Lou and I a foul ball that he hit against Minnesota in '68. A foul freaking ball. He wanted $300 for it. So what are you, nuts?
Oh, what do you mean?
What the hell's wrong with you?
What the heck?
All right, so now that's all right. So that's one little tidbit. What is the other tidbit?
Well, we also have, the women's World Cup soccer team winning the tournament last week. We've got some pretty neat memorabilia from the 1999 winning World Cup team, right from the goalie, Tracy Ducott. So we've got a game-used ball that's signed by the whole winning women's team, and her jersey. So just things you don't see very often. And we really like it when the items are consigned right by the athletes themselves. So provenance is not a problem.
Hey, Bobby, by the way, that gentleman that you and I have been talking about off the air that has that memorabilia?
Yeah, what a tragedy.
Well, you're going to have to talk to him directly, because I think that he doesn't like me. And I'm going to ask you a question, Louis.
Yes.
The gentleman that I'm talking about that was involved with Woodstock, remember we had him in?
Yes.
Okay. I called him and I said to him, I wanted to bring him in the show next week.
Right.
And he says, no, I'm not coming in because you owe me a book. I said, what are you talking about? He says, I gave you one of my 2 books and you never returned it.
Ooh.
And I said to him, you never gave me a book. So I know what he did. He gave it to remember we were going to do the cable TV thing in Merrimack with him?
Yeah.
He gave it to her, and I'm trying to track her down because the guy's really pissed at me, Bobby, and I have a book. I don't have a book that he says I have. He never gave me a book. So right now he doesn't like me. You may have to deal with him directly.
Okay, I'll do it.
I mean, you can come to my house. We'll have a cocktail. I will drive you to his house. I'll wait in the car. I won't even see him. And if he gives you a hard time, I'm going to bring truck up, and we'll just go into the barn and take the stuff. How's that?
No, we're not going to.
Can't do that, can we?
We're going to find him.
We'll find the book.
So.
You'd lift about half a speaker and it'd be done.
Break my back. All right, listen, what else, Bobby? So you got any auctions going on right now?
Yeah, I mean, the Olympic auction is happening. There's about 180 lots. It ends tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern, so get in there and bid. We've always got, really, really spectacular things. It's your one chance, Rico, to win a gold medal. So
yeah.
He won one. He won one when he was playing for the Portuguese baseball team in 1948.
In the Olympics.
And you did well.
Portuguese Olympics.
All right, listen, Bobby, your website address is?
It's RR Auctions.
RR Auctions is making a name in the hobby. They are coming up like a head of steam. I told you what some of the big auctioneers have said to us. They love you guys. You guys play above the, you play above the line. And they said, this is an auction company to be reckoned with. Bobby, next Friday you're in the studio with us on our other show, right?
Yep, I'll be there, and then we also have a booth at the National.
Yeah, we're gonna see you there.
Rico, so we're
gonna do a little video with you. All right, buddy. We'll talk to you next week.
Take care,
Bobby Livingston from RR Auctions. All right, we're gonna take a quick break now. Should we, or should we bring John back? I'll tell you what. Why don't you get John, and you can do the Panini live read right now.
Right now, I got to put my glasses on. I can't see it.
You can't see with them.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, what about our friends at
We
Panini?
want to do this. Why do you want to do this now? Why can't we do it after the break?
Because you know why? Because we're running out of time, and I have Josh, and I want to spend some time with my pal Josh.
So
Panini, go.
Panini America is the global leader in licensed sports and entertainment collectibles. The home for exclusive rare trading cards and certified authentic game-worn sports memorabilia from the top NBA, NFL, and NHL, AMD, MLB athletes. That's not all, folks. Panini also specializes in soccer, NASCAR, entertainment, and so much more. In July, Panini will attempt to fill the NBA void with the release of the 2018-2019
American Medical Distributions. I have no freaking idea.
In case
American Medical Devices.
In case what the hell?
American Major Donkey
In case
Basketball
offers one graded autograph card, one additional autograph, and 2 memorabilia cards per box on average. Every autograph is numbered 99 or less. Some of the best rookies in the 2018 draft will be featured. You can also find slabbed signatures of some sports, some of the greats like Charles Barkley, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal.
And you say it's me.
It is you.
It isn't me. I haven't done a damn thing.
I
You're
see
the one
him
who
on,
handed him the copy with John in the copy.
Yeah, I see him peripherally, and I know he's zinging, and he's
All
laughing.
right, let's get back to
I
Mr.
know
Toby.
he's busy in between his martinis, but you could keep 2 copies. Have a John copy and a Rico copy.
All right, let's talk to John. John, I want to follow up on a question that Rico asked you about modern-day bats. I read an article somewhere, and maybe I dreamt it. Yeah, it was. But don't some of these players have direct access to what bats get out there in the public? I mean, don't they have exclusive agreements with bat companies that they, for instance, can that they control the bats and all that stuff?
Yeah, they have. Well, use Fanatics as an example.
Yeah.
Fanatics will enter into some agreements with players where they represent them and they market their game-used memorabilia. Also, a few of the players have their own marketing agents.
But
Mike Trout uses Anderson Authentics on the West Coast.
Yeah, that's interesting because
and has for years.
Well, hold on a second. You're saying though, so Mike Trout uses a company, and they are in charge of distributing his bat to whoever they want to distribute it to or sell it.
Yes, they can sell to dealers like myself, on a we'll call it a wholesale basis.
Well, could they sell to the Dick's Sporting Goods and all those?
Or the John?
No, it's not a commercial. It's not
a
commercial or retail trade.
Yeah.
I'm just talking strictly game use.
But will they sell directly to the public also?
They can sell, yes. They can sell directly to collectors.
But obviously, you being in the business and you having the reputation you have, you would buy it a lot cheaper than Tom or Rico.
I would hope.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
so.
No, that makes sense.
But this.
I would hope.
There's
It's like anything else. Depending on how much business you do or what the case may be, they can be flexible.
There's a bunch of bat manufacturers in New England, in Massachusetts in particular. Cape Cod is, I think that's the name of the company. But anyway, they make very good bats. Some of the Red Sox have tried them, and I don't know if they made a deal or not. But you remember Bill Lee, the spaceman? He had a bat.
He had a bat company, didn't he?
Bat company, yeah, a small company.
Yep.
He took it around, but it was. Didn't do too well, I don't think.
John, do you know?
Several players. Omar Vizquel was selling bats.
Okay.
Don Mattingly had a bat company.
All right.
Do you know anything about a company called Dove Bats?
Dovetail.
Dovetail.
Yeah, Dovetail bats. That's a fairly new manufacturer, and you have Victus, you have Marucci.
Now, can they all, by the way, can they all manufacture the axe handles, or is that
yes,
exclusive?
they can.
They can.
For specific players, and they have various axe handle products available.
Yeah.
Hey, John, what about photo matching? I know you do a lot of photo matching to authenticate. How does that go about? Do you use a photo matching company, or do you just dig deep and try to find a photo that you can match the bat up to?
Well, when somebody comes for, a bat authentication and photo matching, we will, take that upon ourselves. And it's a time-consuming process. We have, agreements with some of the image distributors. And it's a matter of, sitting down and taking the time and just scouring images. The big help, though, is a lot of the modern-day product that we're asked to look at has been looked at by Major League Baseball, and they affix. Maybe you've seen it. They put their certificate
right
bat, and they sticker it, and they'll actually give you a date that bat came out of play. Now, in a case like that, it becomes fairly, an easier process because you start looking at that date for images or a few days before, and often enough you can come up with an image that allows you to match it.
Yeah. I also wanted to ask you, how do you restore a bat?
How do you restore it? Carefully. You give it to a capable woodworker. We have one that has been working with us for years and years and years. Does museum quality work, and he will bring a. You can look at on our website. We have a restoration page where you can see some of the work he does, and he can bring back, what has been cracked, broken in two, pieces missing. You name it, he can restore it.
Well, so to follow up on Rico's question, so I own Rico Petrocelli's 40th home run bat. Yeah. It has a giant crack in it. Am I better off giving it to John Taube to get restored or leaving it as is?
Well, a lot depends. That depends on you, the individual collector. How do you prefer it? Do you like it the way it came off the field? Or do you prefer it, to be restored? A lot of times what we find with, cracks that are severe is collectors do like to repair them because when people look at the bat, they want to pick it up. They want to give it a swing.
Does that take away from the value of the bat?
We find that it does not. We find just the opposite, that it does increase the value to a degree. But again, it depends on the individual, because we have guys that will not touch a piece if it's been altered in any way other than the way it came off the field.
Obviously, that's a big discussion right now in the card world about restoring cards or not restoring cards. I have mixed feelings about it that I'm not going to get into, but I mean, there are some purists who said you touch a card, you've ruined it, and then there are other purists that say, not purists, but there are other collectors that say, something, if you can restore a Monet, you should be able to restore a Honus Wagner card, And
exactly, and we've been doing this. I mean, I started dealing with the restoration of game-used bats in the early 1990s.
Yeah.
Late 1980s, during that time period. And, I think as collectors are concerned, the major concern is the fact that with the baseball cards, it's not being disclosed what alterations have been taking place.
Correct.
In our world, game used, especially with bats, from day one, we have specified within the letters of authenticity that it's a handle crack that has been repaired or a chipped knob that has been restored, et cetera, et cetera. And I think as long as there's full disclosure, it allows the collector to make an educated decision on whether they want to buy or not.
Totally agree with you. So, John, you're going to be at the National, and Looking forward to seeing you. Anybody that's listening on the radio or watching right now, if you have any bats and you're going down to the National, go see JT Sports, John Toby first. He is the bat guy in the country. And if you want to buy or purchase some unbelievable bats, go see John. John, you're going to bring that cork bat back that we saw last year, whose name we're not going to mention?
No, I can't bring that one back. That one was sold.
It was?
Yes, that one was sold.
Wow.
And I have nothing corked coming this year, but we have a great selection that will feature a Lou Gehrig. We'll have Mays. We'll have, who else? Killebrew.
Well, I'm going to bring you one down. Again, I have another Rico bat, and there's all kinds of Super Balls glued to it. So I'll bring that down to you. Right. All right, John.
Thanks, John.
Okay.
We'll see you at the
Thanks,
National.
guys.
All right, John Toby from JT Sports. We're going to take a quick break, and hopefully we're going to connect with the Wizard of Oz, Josh Evans from Leland's. But you know something? He runs hot and cold. He could be
He's a busy man.
He could be anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Mike Petroselli. If your company is looking for the best in marketing and promotional items, you'll hit a home run with Petroselli Marketing. With over 8,000 suppliers and 650,000 imprint-ready items, we can get your company the visibility it needs to get your maximum exposure. Whether it be office promotions, wearables, automotive, sports items, and everything in between, Petroselli Marketing can do it all. Our design staff will even work with you from concept to delivery and customize your products. At Petroselli Marketing Group, we will get your brand in front of your audience. Contact us at info@petrosellimkt.com or call us at 603-880-3202. That's Petroselli Marketing, where no dream is impossible.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auction and Collectibles Company. If you're looking to maximize your return on your sports cards and collectibles, look no further. We at Memory Lane Auction House offer you several options to achieve top dollar for your collectibles. Whether you're looking to auction or sell privately, we're the #1 choice with over 17 years in the hobby. Nobody will work harder to achieve your goals. Just call us today at 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE. Or visit us on the web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Go with the best. Go with Memory Lane.
Mint State is a PSA authorized dealer specializing in high-grade vintage sports and non-sport cards. Established in 2002 and in its 18th year of full-time operation, we utilize an extensive network of sellers, collectors, and other dealers for the millions of dollars in collectibles we sell every year. Mint State has assisted with many of the finest collections ever assembled and offers sellers, such as the owners of the Lucky 7 Find, an attractive consignment package in addition to outright purchase. For more information, please visit mintstateinc.com or contact Rick Snyder by email at mintstate@msn.com or by telephone at 630-365-9790. Happy hunting!
When it comes to meeting a budget, Pristine Auction has something for everyone. Jared and his staff at Pristine offer several auction formats, all the way down to a daily auction. Each auction ends nightly with hundreds of lots, and by the way, all daily auctions are offered with no reserve prices. Whether it's cards, signed jerseys, sports, or non-sports memorabilia, Pristine has it all. Pristine Auction is also proud to partner with Hope Sports in Mexico. Our mission is to help those in need. That's Pristine Auction, Pristine. Simply go to pristineauction.com and begin bidding. And don't forget, mention the guys from the Great American Collectibles Show. That's Pristine Auction, meeting your collectible needs.
This is Brian Drent, president of Mile High Card Company. Is your sports card and memorabilia collection properly insured? For easily replaced personal property, homeowners insurance is all most people need. But for prized possessions that you may have spent a lifetime collecting, it doesn't go nearly far enough. Collectibles Insurance Services has been insuring for over 50 years. They offer a full range of protection and a $0 deductible at an affordable rate with no appraisals required. I know because they insure my collection. If you have a minute, go to collectinsure.com and learn more about insuring your personal card or memorabilia collection.
Okay, we are back, and on the phone with us right now is the original Wizard of Oz.
Yeah?
The original.
The Wizard of Oz. That's
Josh
meant as
Evans,
a compliment.
Our pal Josh Evans from Leland. Hi, Mr. Evans.
Josh.
How are you?
Guys.
What?
How are you?
Huh?
You okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'm fine.
You know, he's not all
He's
there.
on Star Trek
He is
today.
not all there.
No.
All right, so listen, I'm going to ask you right out of the gate. We have the National coming up, and I have never been more excited than co-hosting a show for the people in the audience there with Josh Evans and Derek Grady. I am so excited, I'm not going to be able to sleep that night. Are you going to show up? Because you haven't freaking showed up in the last 3 weeks on the show. Are you going to show up for that 1 hour?
I'm really sorry. I actually have a fail-safe plan. Going forward, my dear assistant,
Laura
Dreyfus, is calling me daily, 25 minutes to make sure I make the show.
All right, so let me ask you a quick question. How did the sailing in Maine go?
Oh, that was great. I love that.
Where in Maine? Whereabouts?
Well,
Casco Bay?
they have a dock on, it's actually my best friend from college.
Yeah.
He and his wife and his kids come to. And they have a dock right at the Portsmouth Bridge.
Are you kidding me? You know how far I am from there? I'm 20 minutes. My home is 20 minutes from there.
Way too far. Absolutely way too far. Rico, I hear you're only like an hour. I'd like to come see you.
Yeah, we'd love to.
I would have had you over for some cheese and crackers, some nice Italian supersada, a martini, and then you could have gone on your merry way. But no, forget it.
I didn't know, but now we'll definitely do it.
No, I'm busy. Don't call me.
Oh, great.
So listen, we have the National coming up. And all kidding aside, there's a lot of collectors that are going for the first time. One of our good followers sent us a couple of tidbits. Any advice you can offer to people that are going for the first time? For instance, he said make sure you make a budget because you can get overwhelmed with what you're going to be seeing. Have a game plan. Wear really good shoes for walking around. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that guy is wrong on all but one count.
Okay.
Which is the shoes. You want to have. You really want to wear sneakers. Is a really good thing.
Okay.
Something with padding. You know, people try to do that. They say, "Oh, I'm going to save my money for if I can find something good." You know what? You see something great, buy it. Don't screw around because it won't be there
for very long
when you come back.
Josh, let me.
I remember this.
Go ahead.
I read this book by this guy, and he had ideas for how to buy at the National. And the first thing he said was, I go the first day and I just walk around, and then I come back the next day and I, take a look, and if I want to buy something, I'll buy it. And that's the dumbest thing you could possibly do. The really good stuff goes in the first day, although you can find things throughout. You just got to really work it. You got to work hard to get the stuff. But the great stuff is there for a day or two at best.
But Josh, on the third day, do you get your best deals even though stuff is picked over?
Oh, no.
Really?
You
Okay.
think you are.
Yeah.
You think you are, but I'm talking about just pure average. Averages, numbers. You can get great deals on any day, but the best stuff invariably you'll buy right off the bat.
Day one.
So you don't think that people come there with an idea of what they want and look for it and then kind of browse?
Oh yeah, some people do.
Yeah, there are. There's a group but that's not a good way to do it. The way. You do what you want to do. If you collect T206s, you look for T206s. But the key is you buy it's kind of like the NFL draft. You take the best player that's available, regardless of pretty much anything. That's what you do. You buy the best thing.
That's good advice. Hey, Josh, if somebody walks into the Leland's booth and they have a Red Sox hat on, or a Cleveland Indians, or a Yankees hat, does that have any weight on how you approach that potential customer? Do you say, "Hey, are you looking for Red Sox stuff or Yankee stuff?" Does that have any bearing?
No, that's again really dumb. You're that's ridiculous. That's terrible. I'm sorry. I'm kidding.
No,
because that's not really the way things work these days. You know, people will be team collectors and they'll wear the colors of their team, but we approach everybody the same way. You know, you just got to be open. And this is the interesting thing. And Leland's is a great place to come to if you're going to the National, because it's where you can truly get something that's worth something for nothing. And that's actually quite interesting. And it's knowledge. You know, a lot of the guys that are there, you know, they rely on, you know, a price guide, or they'll rely on, you know, an authentication service, not that they're not great, or they rely on, you know, someone to grade their stuff for this or that. You have to pay for it. You can come to us. We've been at longer than all those guys you'll talk to combined. And the knowledge level at the Leland's booth is beyond anybody that's there.
Well, that's because you're who you are. I mean, that's common sense, because, you know, it's like going to Christopher Columbus. No, I'm being honest. I mean, it's going to like a pioneer in the industry, and that's where you're going to learn.
But what's great about it is that we love to give out. This is very sincere. My favorite thing is when people ask me questions, because that's part of my worth, my self-worth, is that I can tell you something that you don't know, and if I don't know, I might learn something. And that is the key to this whole thing. The key to this whole business, whether people realize it or not, it's not money, it's not necessarily friendship, it's not necessarily the stuff. It's all about learning. It's all about teaching.
Knowledge.
It's knowledge is everything. It's, you know, it's money, it's power, it's esteem. I mean, if you know your stuff, I mean, I can walk around the room and I know those guys that have those little, you know, bits of knowledge, and I may not know the answer, but I know somebody that does. So people come over and they ask me questions, and, you know, in the old days, people would be very cagey and they might not tell you or this or that, and you'd think that it would have been the opposite. But yeah, today you think people are tougher in terms of giving out information, but no. You know, we got plenty of information and we're willing to give it away for free. So before you buy something, or even before you sell something, you should come by and get our opinion. Even if we're not interested, it's a great place to come, and we'll give you an honest answer, because that's what we do.
Yes. Good stuff. His name is Josh Leland, Josh Leland Evans. Go to Lelands.com. Josh, we're going to see you I can't wait to see you. We're going to do
I'm so excited. It's going to be great.
No, we're going to have a blast, and we're going to do some filming at the Leland's booth. We'll talk to you in a couple of weeks and see you. I may even bring you a bottle of wine or something.
Oh, well, what a guy, huh?
What a guy. And I'll see you on the Portsmouth.
All right, take care. Josh Evans from Leland's. Rico.
Hey, all right.
Next week you're not here. Mallory is in the house next week. Big John. John did a good job last week.
He's great. I love him.
John's a great guy. Great guy. He's very knowledgeable. Got a great set of pipes. Louis, I'll see you Friday. Rico, I'll see you the week after next. No, I'll see you next week. We're having a cookout at the Zappala house. Bring money. Bring a lot of money.
He's tough.
With that being said, to our viewers and listeners, happy collecting.